Yes, the name's Ian Leggett, and I live in Chetborough, just outside Bury St Edmunds.
And how long have you been a consumer champion?
It's just over a year now, about April, May 2011.
And in practice, what kinds of things have you been doing locally in your village?
Well, we have a police forum at the village hall, and I actually opened the hall up for these forums, and they asked me if I give a short talk on the role of a consumer champion, and they seemed a little bit unaware at the time of what it was all about. And we also have a village newsletter that goes out to 380 houses, and it just informs them of scams as such. There's a benefits news which goes out to 7 villages, so we pass information through to probably 1,000 houses about being aware of different types of scams that are around and cold callings. And we have a coffee afternoon which involves many of the older people of the village, and we discuss things generally about, you know, beware of this, beware of that, and it just helps them keep informed. I think if you talk to one, the information gets fed through to perhaps 5 or 6 more people, which is quite good.
And have you had any feedback about how well received that's been? Do people find it useful?
Yeah, a mixed reaction actually. Some people say, oh, it can never happen to me, I'm always aware of these sort of things, they'll never catch me out. And you have one or two who say, actually I did fall for something a few years ago. So I think it's making people aware as much as you can.
The theme this time is about telephone selling. Do you have any particular examples that can give you the personal experience, or friends or family who've been caught out in this way?
Yeah, well, there's one particular that happened to me where we take out underwater pipe protection, which is quite a valuable thing to have, I think, because you just never know what's going to happen. But 6 months into your 1-year term, they would ring up and say, would you like electrical wiring protection for £1? However, 6 months later, they deduct £54 from the account. What they didn't say was that the year is actually from the start of the underground water protection, so you're actually only getting 6 months electrical protection.
And what advice would you give to others generally about what to do and what not to do when approached by a telephone salesperson?
Well, I do think that if you haven't asked them to call you and you don't want them to call you, just say no. You could be rude and just pop the telephone down, end of story.
No. No, I don't, thank you. No, thank you, I do not. Goodbye.
But I would say that whatever you do, never confirm your address, never confirm your bank details, and don't give them a sort code. Never enter any numbers into your keypad, which they might do. You might think it's being the right thing to do, but it isn't, because they can identify who you are very quickly, and if you're on the wrong people are calling you, it could lead you into an expensive proposition. Most people are trusting. Once you've been caught out, you become untrusting. Not a bad thing, but I think that this is where the scammers do contact people the first time. They've got a very good chance of actually being successful. You learn by your mistakes.